Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rise Up Voices from the Frontlines, and I am Krista Fee. Today, we're bridging the gaps with the Foundations episode called Rise from Within, building inner stability in unstable times. Because when the world outside feels unstable, the most radical act is to become grounded within yourself, not by avoiding what's happening, but by rooting into the one place you always carry with you: your body, your breath, your belief. So the chaos outside versus the calm within. There is no shortage of external storms, natural disasters, global conflict, personal grief, burnout, heartbreak. It can feel like the world is on fire. And yet, amidst that fire, we have the capacity to anchor, to be a steady place within the chaos. Not perfectly, not endlessly, but intentionally. I invite you to consider what it might mean to be the lighthouse in your own life. Through the lens of neuroscience and somatics, we know that what we practice becomes our pathway. That includes resilience, regulation, and presence. But these aren't traits you're born with. They're systems that you get to build. The science of inner stability. Your nervous system is a map, and in survival mode, it loops in patterns of fear, control, and collapse. But through internal practices like breath work, movement, co-regulation, and somatic anchoring, you send new signals that I am safe now. Those signals matter. They allow your prefrontal cortex to come online. It moves you out of freeze and into focused presence. It lets you make choices rather than reactions. It's not about bypassing pain. It's about staying present with it and knowing that you have tools. Foundational tools for inner grounding. So here are a few practices I invite you to explore this week and return to often. These are not one-time fixes. They're life rituals that create new pathways in your brain, your body, and your spirit. So ground through your senses. Choose one sense and give it your full attention. Let's say you choose sound. Play a healing frequency, the sound of a heartbeat, or a favorite piece of music. Let your nervous system attune to it. If you choose touch, run your fingers over textured fabric or place your bare feet on the ground. Ask yourself, what does safety feel like to my senses today? Sensors are portals to be present. Maybe you would like to try body scanning and use curiosity. Instead of checking for pain or problems, check in with your body with a curious mindset. Where is there tightness, tingling, numbness, warmth? You might place a hand on a tense shoulder or your chest and breathe into that space. Whisper a simple message. I'm here with you. This practice helps you build somatic literacy, a body-based vocabulary of your own signals and needs. Create an inner dialogue through internal family systems. Imagine your inner world like a round table of parts of you. One part might be anxious, one might be protective, another just might want to disappear. Let each part of you speak. What are you afraid of? What do you need from me today? Let your core self, wise, calm, compassionate, be the facilitator. Over time, this practice builds internal trust, regulation, and internal leadership. Or you could try micro movements for nervous system repatterning. Big workouts aren't usually required for release. Sometimes your body just needs to move energy. You might try gently shaking from the wrists, then elbows and shoulders. I know it feels really silly, but these things matter. These things work. Side to side swaying with your eyes closed. Swaying is a very soothing movement. Tapping your chest, thighs, or collarbones. in a rhythmic pattern. These movements help reset your sympathetic arousal loop and signal to your brain that you're not under threat. Rituals to anchor your identity. Trauma often strips us of our sense of agency and identity. A purpose ritual, even as simple as lighting a candle, writing an intention, or reciting a mantra, reinstates your right to claim space in your own life. It's a symbolic act of grounding your nervous system in meaning, not just management. Your ritual can be spiritual, creative, or deeply personal. What matters is that you do these things often and with some consistency. The Rise Up Foundations community. All of this is why we created the Rise Up Foundations community, to help you build inner stability, emotional intelligence, and life mastery from the inside out. You'll find our 12-part course on healing, growth, and transformation. A wonderful community space for connection and support, and tools rooted in psychology, spirituality, internal family systems, neuroscience, and deep somatics. You'll experience weekly rituals, guided practices, and all kinds of embodiment prompts. You don't have to rise alone, and your foundation doesn't have to be built from what broke you. It can be built from what healed you. If this week stirred something in you, a grief, a memory, a longing for something more rooted, I invite you to honor this. This is where the work begins. And if you feel called to help others find that anchor in times of crisis, I invite you to support our $50,000 fundraiser to equip crisis pods in Texas and Chicago, though we do expect to expand throughout the United States very quickly. You can donate at battle2be.org, BATTLE2be.org, or share this podcast with someone who needs a reminder. You are allowed to be grounded even in the storm. Please like, share, follow, or leave us a review. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you again for being here today for this episode of Rise Up, Voices from the Frontlines.